As you can see, this is a different type of episode. I'm down here in the beautiful sunny South Florida. Got a couple sessions down here at one of my favorite studios, Criteria Hit Factory. It goes by a couple different names, but it's a legendary studio. It's one of my favorite studios. And it got me thinking about this topic. I see this debate a lot. I see this conversation. You can get a great recording in your home studios now thanks to technology and the interfaces that we have and the software and the plugins. So it brings up the question, why even use these big fancy studios? And for me, it's pretty simple. First and foremost, I like to cater to my clients, and the clients can't always come to you. You're working with bigger artists. They're flying around the country. They're busy. So as a producer and as an audio engineer, I'm just going to where the client is. If the client can't always come to me, yes, I do have my own home studio. That's where we always film these episodes out of. But again, as a music producer, the client can't always come to you. And for me, if the atmosphere is right and the vibe is right and the client is happy, we're having a great time, we tend to end up getting great recordings and great records, and that's what it's ultimately about, right? Obviously, besides the gear, I'll show you guys the gear that we were using, but besides the gear, it's the ambiance, it's the hospitality, it's a meetup spot. I feel like everyone has their own space, everyone has their own lounge. It's very private. You kind of have to like buzz into the complex. There's a studio assistant, you need technical support, you have everything right there in the building. They even have a nice, beautiful lobby with a pool table. And I know it's sort of like a luxury, right? But once you're working with bigger budgets, these artists can make those type of decisions. And if they want to bring you out as a music producer, as an audio engineer, and they want to fly you out with them, then you just kind of go to where the work is, right? And that's kind of what I tend to do. So it's not always just about having artists to come to my house. I mean, I love it, you know? And I've ran commercial studios myself before. I've managed different studios. And it's cool, but again, the client can't always come out to you. And for me, it became more beneficial to just go on location, to go to where the client is. Have your own studio as well. After you get a great record, after you get a great recording, you can always mix in the box. So that's what I do. I'll record at these big, beautiful studios, and then I'll take the record back with me. I can mix in the box, and then you could, again, outsource for mastering. Sometimes I just master it myself. But every situation is different. Again, it's about catering to your clients, getting a great recording, getting a great record. And that's what we want to focus on, right? So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight, a little BTS footage, in-studio footage, right? Show you guys my process when I'm working like this. Hopefully you guys enjoy this and learn something. So once again, we're at the beautiful Criteria Studios. You can see this beautiful console behind me, this Neve console. I wanted to give you guys some BTS, some inside the session footage. This is a special episode of Costa Sound TV. We got 3 sessions going tonight. Split P's doing 2 sessions. Then I got Frankie Zolfarino coming in for a late night session. We just wrapped up the first session.
We gonna bounce with sounds coming from Costa. Cause you know you gonna bounce with sounds coming from Costa.
Rap
So
for
that's
that.
a rough. We got to get this mixed and mastered. We're going to work on record number 2. It's called Baile. The first record is a little more Latin trap. The second one's a little more Baile funk. Worldwide, international sounds here.
Yes,
Criteria, Studio C, North Miami.
Costa Sound TV.
As you can see, the beautiful Neve. As far as vocal chain, we got our Sony C800, as you saw in the vocal booth. Going to this is where we're getting our pre's from. And going into our LA2A, then into our Pro Tools. Record number 1 is done. We're going into record number 2. So again, the name of the second record is Baile. This one's a little more like Baile funk style. Split P's in the booth again. Then we got Frankie Zolfarino coming in later tonight. He's doing a record called Give It To Me.
Give it to me, give it to me, give me all, yeah. Give me all your love, give me all your love.
In this particular studio, we were in Studio C. Again, this is a big, beautiful studio. I love the hospitality. I love the complex. So I wanted to give you guys a little insight into this, a little BTS footage, but also have this discussion. Why still use big commercial studios in general, right? Since we can get great recordings at home at this point, thanks to technology. I gave you my opinion on this. I'm sure you guys have your own opinion. That's what this is for. This is a community. So questions, comments, opinions, leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Costa Sound TV.